do my thing. Hello and welcome to Minutes with Mandy. We are doing Neon Dream Color. I have a few different components that you have to make sure that you have, and that is this power box. This is our power supply. It is our inside one, so we're going to do that because we're inside. We're not installing them outside either. And then we need the power, or the controller, which comes with a power connector that goes from the power supply to the controller, as well as the lights themselves, the pigtail to wire into the controller, because this is a hardwire light only, and then the power cord that's bare wire on one end for the power supply and the plug for the power source. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. First thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna take the power cord and you're gonna make these little hooks and make it nice and pretty. These ones are soldered together nicely for us. So these two wires are gonna go in slot 1 and 2, and the difference between them is slot 1 is gonna be like a bare wire. It's not gonna have any imprinted writing on it, and wire number 2 is going to have writing, like imprinted writing, like a stamp almost, but not with ink. It's just an imprint. So then your first step, you're gonna go and you're gonna put the wires into slot 1 and 2 on your power supply. You're gonna just put your screws in there with the hook, and we're gonna put them in slot 1 and 2, maybe, if I can do it. Okay, so they're in slot 1 and 2, and we're just gonna tighten it down. You don't wanna break them. You don't want to break them, and you only want to use your hand strength to tighten these down, because if you tighten it down too much, you risk breaking your wires and having to strip it back and then redo it and all that fun stuff. So next up is our power connector wire. It's bare wire on both ends. It's red and black, and we're going to put the red one in slot number 6 on our power supply. Goodness gracious. We're going to use slot 6 and 7 for this part. So in slot number 6, you're going to put the red wire, and then in slot number 7, you're going to put the black and red wire. It's mostly black. I'm just going to call it black wire. So now it's time to wire the power supply and the lights into the Dream Color controller. Your controller looks like this. It's gonna have, you're only using 3 slots. You're using DIN+, ground, and 24V. So once you get your power supply all wired and hooked up and everything, we just gotta take the black wire from the power supply and put it with wire number 1 from the lights, and our first wire is going to be that black wire. You can see it in the pigtail in here. I'm not going to get close because you'll get out of focus, but it goes in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in our case, 1 being black, blue is 2, red is 3, and green is 4. It's all about the order. It's not about the color. The colors do change. So we're going to start by doing the ground wire, which is the black wire from our lights and the black wire from our power supply, and we're just going to twist them together so that they make a good connection. 24V spot, and then just tighten it down. Okay, and then next we've got our power wire, which is the red wire from our power supply, and the green wire, which is wire number 4. Green wire in our case, it might be different, but wire number 4, and we're going to twist those ones together, and those are our power wires. And those are gonna go in the ground slot. There are ground wires. Goodness gracious. Okay. And finally, the last two that are left are both from the lights, so you're just going to twist those ones together. In our case, wire 2 and 3 are the blue and red wires on our lights, so we're just going to twist those together. And then we're going to put them in the DIN plus spot. Now, so once it's all wired together, you just have to turn it on and test it. So finally, we get to turn them on, see if they work. And they do. This is the first setting, so pretty cool.
Okay.
Are you going?
Mm-hmm. Oh. But you can.